All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. First things first, I'm going to hit this. Congratulations to anybody who followed along. I've been pounding the table the last few days on this ticker. It was in the weekly update. I pointed out the last 2 days before this move here, you had days to prepare for it, and the thing skyrocketed. Congratulations if you took it with me. You caught a 10-bagger overnight. Let's fucking get it here. If you held it to the end of the day, the contracts are now going to be going towards $400. We scooped them up around 30 cents. They're going crazy, okay? So congratulations if you made money off this name. Just realize, guys, this is not a normal return. A 10x is extremely unlikely. If you nailed it, just realize you're going to be tempted to play other ones thinking it's going to be possible. Again, I'm going to tell you, over the years, I've seen the vast majority of earnings. They come out, they kill both sides. They're unpredictable. Don't think this is going to be all that common. But I will tell you, I'll let you know when they're setting up like this. So far, guys, as far as earnings goes, we've nailed over here on APP. We nailed over here on AEO. Oh, my God. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the TA, guys. If you want to come trade with me, you can take 50% off of your first month. That link is down below. Just use code AEO at checkout. That is AEO. Just like the sticker right here. All right, at checkout. All right, so guys, I'm just going to say, guys, hot market is back. SPY's back at all-time highs. We're going up. Bulls are in control. That's the theme of today's video. I don't think we got to complicate things. We really don't. We're going to go over support and resistance. I'm going to go over where I see things heading. And I have so many setups right now. Not so many. I have about 10 tickers right now where you can pull out some multi-baggers going into next week. Just for you. That's at the end of the video. Let's run through the levels first. We're going to go over SPY, then QQQ, and then we'll go over, actually, I got some chip stocks to show you guys. Some things are heating up here. They're heating up. And then I got the Mag 7s, which again, I got two right here that are going to be ripping. They're going to go in rippy mode probably into next week there. All-time highs for one of these names is on the horizon, and I think it's going to be our little money printer over here. We're going to sink that bad boy. All right, but let's get into it right over here. SPY, guys, on the upside, all-time high, 649.48, baby. You got jobs numbers coming out tomorrow. The market's waiting on them. Guess what? It's getting too antsy. It wants to run. It doesn't want to wait on them. We're going straight up, okay? I'm just going to tell you, newsflash, guys, you pull back off that. If we get, if we get bad data tomorrow morning and the market wants to pull back, you're going to get all the people saying, oh my God, we're falling off a cliff. And then no, it's going to be bought. You're going to go up and you're going to take out this high right here. Can I tell you how much higher you're going above that high? No, I could just tell you, if you see the pullback, expect that to be bought. You come over here to VIX, the thing's falling off a cliff over here, back underneath all the short-term moving averages. The thing's targeting the lows over here. SPY's targeting the highs. We're going higher, okay? You see the weekly candle? What the heck is that thing, okay? Either this produces consolidation like that and then we go higher, or we just go higher. Regardless, we're going higher. There you go, okay? On the upside, 649.48, 652, 655, 658, 660. Those are the levels, the psych levels that you're going to be paying attention to for your reactions. On the downside, 647.84, 646.19, 642.34. You lose 642.34. Bad things happen. Don't expect that to be the case, okay? That's SPY. Coming over here at QQQ on the upside, guys, we are getting a little bit of a breakout today. You got that trend line. We're going to be watching there for the breakout tomorrow. All right, but on the upside, we have 578, 579.84, 583.32, and then we're talking 585, baby. We're going to go hit it. All right, on the downside, you're watching 575.03 and 571.70, guys. If you come back to 571.70, I'm going to be honest, you're probably just going to start fading. But yeah, you take out today's low, all right, 569.03, then you could just pretty safely assume that, yeah, you are going to start fading. This is your little bull trap. But hey, all right, 1 reclaim, 2 reclaim, 3 reclaim. Are they really going to send it back down? Probably not. SPY is sitting right next to all-time highs. I pointed out in yesterday's video that IWM DAA, they're not looking all that bad. People want to get prematurely bearish. It's fine. I'm going to tell my people here on this channel what's probable. And guess what? The people, we're going to be wrong there, who are getting prematurely bearish. I literally pointed out in the weekly update that the people that are calling for this massive correction here, okay, they're probably going to be wrong. Why? Because we're probably just going to get a slight correction here that gets bought up and we produce this sideways market. That's literally what we talked about in the weekly update. Oh, what happened, guys? We had a dip and we ended up seeing that dip get bought and we have a sideways market. It's a sideways week. There you go. Nothing else. Nothing changed. That's that. Those are the indices. That's what you're paying attention to. IWM looks like it's about to do a little rippy thing or two. All right. Looks like, hey, it's got a date with all-time highs. Can't say exactly when that's going to be happening, but you guys can see what's going on the weekly and the daily. We got a bullish engulfing candlestick on the weekly, and the daily looks like it's queuing up for that next breakout. Probably going to happen tomorrow. 237.02 break over that. That brings you 239.43 above there. 242.39, 244.98 all-time highs. Then you're going 250. All right, come over here to DIA, guys. Oh, what's happening? It's got the same exact look. Big breakout likely coming tomorrow. I don't know. I can't imagine them giving us good jobs data with what we've been seeing recently, but I'll tell you right now, with how these charts are set up, it's kind of clear as day. You're going higher. I don't really care what they do tomorrow. I'll tell you right now how the charts are set up. We're going higher. You're set up for big breakouts right now. We're going to have these big breakouts right now. The MAGS ETF, people want to turn into perma bears over here, but what did your boy Henry remind you coming into the week in the weekly update? That you're just going to be testing 58.69, previous all-time high, break and retest, again with the sideways action before the next ripper. All right, and we are starting that ripper. Newsflash, Amazon, gonna be pushing all-time highs. Maybe next week, but if not next week, the week after that. I'll tell you right now, get a dip early next week, you buy the dip early next week. There's your game plan, okay? Amazon, it's starting to move, it's starting to go. If it breaks above 236.53, it's going 242.52. All right, we'll start off the Mag 7 stocks with this guy showing so much strength right now. I knew it was only a matter of time. I've been talking about this over the last few videos here, guys. I didn't know exactly when it was going to start the fire, but hey, today you started the fire. The thing wants to go clear as day, guys. Dips are going to be bought, heavy volume on the day. All right, we know how this thing likes to trade. It likes to have this little step up, and then it likes to create that stair step, okay? This step, stare, step, stare, step, stare. So just realize that is how this guy trades, and you are going to have these impulsive moves, okay? But the other side of that is you get these. I'm not sure which one this is going to be. I think I'm definitely leaning towards we have this impulsive move that probably over the next, we're just going to say the next few sessions into next week, we probably will find our way back up to all-time highs. We all saw what happened with GOOG over here. I pounded the table on GOOG. It was really the only Mag 7 stock that was, really holding up over here. It was looking good. This one in Meta, I'm sorry, guys. Meta ended up, it hasn't moved. It hasn't moved in weeks. It's been in the same spot 3 weeks in a row now. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't control the market. I apologize. But you got GOOG over here. I did pound the table over here on GOOG before it went. And guess what? I was pounding the table here on Apple during this consolidation. You want to be a buyer. 230, what was it called? 231, 225 to 231. I took off the level, but it was right over here. 225, 230, you want to be a buyer to then be a seller, 235 to, 237 or 233, 235. You actually did end up breaking above 235 today or yesterday. You got the gap up here and you came back, pulled back, retested 237.23. That's your previous all-time high right there, key spot. And you found buyers off it. And now I'm going to show you something that looks absolutely beautiful, the 4-hour chart, guys. The 4-hour chart shows a little bull pennant, bull flag action going on. It's tight consolidation. It likely leads to that next little leg higher. And I do think there's a solid shot we get 243, 244 tomorrow, but I'll just say 241.37. That's your safe target for tomorrow, okay? But you can see on the weekly chart, guys, this thing, it just started breaking up in this consolidation. It was pretty obvious that it was doing one of these things over here, okay? And we're getting that next little leg up. And guys, all right, above 241.37, you have 244, but above there, guys, you have nothing until 250. So I do think there's a solid shot. We're going straight there. Ripper, absolute ripper, Amazon, Apple. The video over here, I told you guys, don't get too excited if you see this thing go back up. I still think it's coming back down. All right, this is clearly showing the weakness out of all the Mag 7 stocks right now. I know you got Tesla doing its thing over here. All right, but yeah, in the video over here, guys, still underneath your short-term moving average over here. If it does catch a bid with the market, just realize that we are looking for this daily RSI to get oversold. Doesn't mean it's going to happen just yet. Maybe it takes a few weeks, not really sure. But, right now we could very well be in this little phase right here. We're underneath the moving average. We get above. All right, you test the golden pocket from this most recent move down. All right, some action like that. You reject. You come down to new lows, and then the daily RSI gets down to that spot, okay? I've been pointing out this spot for years now. We started pointing out over here. Okay, I think it was literally on this one I started pointing this exact spot on the daily RSI out. I know it looks stupid, but just look, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Every time you get down here, it creates a little trade idea for us, okay? We know that we are probably going to start basing out and start reversing once we start seeing this. We're not down there, okay? So just realize this bounce is likely to be sold. I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's what I'm thinking, okay? That's the video. Tesla. It's heating up. I told you if it was going to be moving up this week, it's probably not going to take out that high. And the following week is probably not going to be anything crazy either. Lackluster 1 to 2 weeks we got ahead of us, okay? And then every single time we printed this weekly candlestick, well, not every single time, but the vast majority of times over the last 5 years, we're going to say 9 out of 10 times, you have continued to lower that following week. We did end up starting with a gap down. Now, I'm just going to say, I don't think they're going to full on reverse you here. I think they're literally just going to slowly grind you up. Just like I pointed out yesterday, you know, this candle right here, that's what we had this week or last week, okay? Which 1, 2, 3. That's you grinding higher for 3 weeks, probably getting right here. Everybody's like, oh, it's going. Or we just get up to the breakout of, oh, it's about to go. And then they pull you back into it. That would literally be exactly what happened over here. And then bang, it starts going over there. So, you know, I'm just pointing out this thing literally could wait until October. You don't know. So I would just say there's better opportunities out there. I've been, you know, over here on Amazon, guys. I've been pounding the table. Now I'm going to pound the table that it's breaking out of the consolidation. We're going straight to all-time highs. All right. You have stocks that are moving right now. You don't have to focus on the one that's not moving. Okay. So that's that. All right. That was that. We are over here at Tesla. All right. And then I'll show you guys how it's looking on the daily. It's looking pretty. It's looking very pretty. Okay. Above 343.33 yesterday's high. All right. You got 348.98 and then 355.39. Coming over here to Google, guys. The show goes on. I'm still going to remind everyone, guys, we pointed this out beginning of week or weekly update. I think I gave it to the Discord over the weekend. I think I found this little stat after I record the weekly update. So maybe I didn't put it here. Regardless, weekly RSI overbought. Now, this might be a little different. I'm just saying it might be different, but with a massive week like that, I imagine we will cool off regardless. So no, it probably won't be different, but it can be because this is absolutely massive. This is a crazy move, and the weekly RSI is getting way up in the sky there, okay? But I will just say the last 2 times the weekly RSI did end up getting up there, the following week, all right? Well, last time it got overbought, the next week it went higher. So, you know, this week it went higher. That week it went higher, and then the following week after that, it ended up coming down. Well, last week is the week that the weekly RSI got up to 70. Okay, so that means this following week, it's going higher. We're right here. Okay, we're going higher. Next week is that guy. Next week is that guy. I am not saying it's going to happen. I am just pointing out what has happened in the past here. Okay, perma bears going to be perma bears. I know, you know, there's one guy on Twitter that got this completely wrong, and I have no idea why people get bearish when you got this thing looking like this over here. No idea, but it doesn't matter. We'll do our own thing here on this channel. That's that. I'm just pointing out, guys, I wouldn't be chasing Goog, all right? If you caught the Google move, hey, all right, more power to you. But you have no reason to be chasing the move. I'm pointing out Amazon and Apple that are starting to move here pretty aggressively. So that's what I'm pounding the table on right now. Meta, guys, you tried getting above 760 today and you rejected, okay? But you are back above the daily 21 EMA. That's a good first step. But if you remember what we talked about the other day, I'm still thinking this thing will just have a sideways month. I don't think we're going to get anything crazy, all right? I don't think we're going to be moving down just because the weekly 21 EMA was sitting right here, all right? So I don't think we're going to, you know, really sell off this. But I will point out, we've had the shooting star candlestick last month. Well, this is probably going to shape up just like over here, where that next, or over here, all right, where that next month, you just don't really do a whole lot of nothing, which means, oh, you move up for 1 to 2 weeks, you move down, all right, and then you move up a little again into end of month, all right, but it's going to create a flat month most likely. So just realize Meta, I know it looks good right now, but I'm telling you, I'd say Amazon and Apple are the focus. Amazon specifically is looking really good. Apple's beautiful. Meta over here, because of what I'm seeing on the monthly chart, hey, all right, maybe it does push up in a little bit, but I don't think it's going to take out these highs this month. I don't really think it's going to have that crazy move. So, yeah, all right, just realize is probably how this is going to go. That's what has happened in the past, and you should trade accordingly. And it's meta. Microsoft is getting micro hard. There you go. All right. Double bottom base, not a breakout yet, but if we get above 511.09, you're getting back above the daily 21 EMA here. That is where you rejected just the other day, just last Thursday. Okay. If we get above there, you have nothing till 518.29. That is good stuff. You got the triple bullish divergence going on here. I'd say you probably are about to get that breakout, and you probably are going to push 518.29. Am I still going to say there's other Mag 7 stocks to focus on right now? Yes, I am. I still say Amazon and Apple are really just supreme right now. And that is that. Okay. All right. Now we're going to jump in. I'm just going to cover some chip stocks, guys, right here, just because I think some of these are looking absolutely beautiful, specifically one that I'm going to go over right after this, okay? I'll give you guys that one last, okay? But AVGO right here, guys, we have earnings going on in the after hours. They had a big jump in their AI revenue, if I read things correctly. And yeah, it's not looking all that bad. It's not looking bad at all. It's honestly looking crazy good. I know, it's insane. We're at all-time highs and we're consolidating, and maybe it breaks up. Oh, that's absolutely insane. I'm just pointing out AVGO does not look bad at all. This is one of the largest components in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Does not look bad. We have the MAGS ETF, you know, with the Magnificent 7 stocks. Not looking bad at all. Market wants to go higher. That's what I'm kind of trying to get at. TSM over here, guys. I can't imagine this thing breaking down. This is going to lead to a big move up. All right. You know, maybe not a big move up, but this range over here is quite a bit. Okay. This is 20 points. 270 question mark, maybe not right away, but yeah, I think that is where this thing is heading. This thing is getting ready for a big move. So I'm just telling you guys, chips as a whole right now, you know, we come over SMH, very similar to what you got going on in TSM here. Everything's getting ready for this big move up. People are getting bearish. They're gonna get their faces ripped off. Get out of here. All right, MU, starting with the trade ideas. We're kicking off with MU. Absolute beauty today. I started getting involved. All right, I like October calls here. I mean, I like shorter dated calls. I'm just going to tell you, I personally want to catch this swing. I want to catch this move up to 140. I think the break of 130 is probably going to come next week. All right, and that is MU, guys. This thing's looking absolutely phenomenal. It's definitely looking beautiful here on the daily time frame. You just started breaking out above 124.24. You broke 122.77 resistance. You broke 124.24 today. You closed right there. All right. Increasing volume on the day. Newsflash. The thing likes its gaps. Okay. So just realize the thing will have its gaps. And sometimes it pulls back. But I'm just going to tell you, on those gaps, a lot of them do not pull back. Just letting you know. They will be held. Okay. Look. Gap up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 gap ups. Okay. 1. You didn't get it there. Okay. All right. End of the gaps. I'm pointing out you get a lot of gaps in this name. Just realize that is the case. Trade accordingly. That's why I picked, you know, I'm going for the longer swing here. All right. You could play shorter dated calls, but I'm just telling you a lot of those moves are on gaps, and you'll have a lot of the movement happen overnight. And I'd rather just make sure I catch that movement that happens overnight instead of stressing about it. All right. I like the October calls over here, MU, but I'm just pointing out chips. They look like they're going to rip faces, guys. It's really the case. And while I don't think NVIDIA, you know, the king of them all, I don't think it's going to be ripping faces anytime soon. I think it's going to pull back at some point over 2 to 3 weeks from now and give us that big opportunity there. And it's a big trade waiting to happen. I'll let you guys know when it's setting up. But yeah, that's the first one I got for you, MU. All right. Now, aside from that, guys, honorable mentions. Yesterday's video, MCD, McDonald's, getting ready for the breakout above 316.80. That's what we talked about yesterday. Got the breakout this morning. I actually hit it with the break and retest right off the open there, and did end up going straight to almost 320. All right, you got 319.43, pretty close, but I was saying, yeah, this is good for a quick 2 to 3 point pop. All right, not sure if it's going to continue from there, but that 2 to 3 point pop, that is what it was good for. From here, guys, you're not watching McDonald's right now. Yes, I do think it's going to continue pushing, but I think honestly we probably get some garbage price action, and we're going to get a whole bunch of this crap. That's where I'm leaning over here. Maybe it just wants to push straight up, but I'm not leaning towards it. Okay. Second honorable mention. You guys already know. We talked about it. It was the first thing we opened the video with. This was an absolute banger today. This was a 10x trade this morning, and yeah, so I can't point to the last 10xer. Like, you know, you could get 5 baggers, but 10 bagger? 10 fucking bagger? What? Crazy. Crazy. All right. I was very thankful. All right. I'm just going to say luck. Okay. Yes, the setup was there. Was it luck that the thing goes fucking 30% overnight? Yes. All right. I was kind of thinking 10 to 20%, maybe 15. 30%? Crazy talk right there. Oh my God.
That looks easy.
All right. Honorable mention number 2. Number 3, it started ripping today. I hope you guys are making money. And I think tomorrow we get a 20% day. All right. I'm just going to point out 4-hour RSI. It's overbought, right? We're just going to mark out the last few times. All right. Since this run started, that thing got overbought. All right. We only have 4 times. Guess what? Newsflash. The thing goes higher the next day. All right. From that 4-hour close, I guess we will use the magnet. From that, for that 4-hour high there, okay, you're looking for this. Okay, now this did take some time. That took 2 sessions. Okay, it didn't happen the next day. But the next day, you did end up going, you know, another 10%. But I'm just pointing out, in the short term there, that's 2 sessions there. You went 36%. Okay, what happened over here? What happens over here, guys? All right, bada bing, bada boom. The thing ends up skyrocketing. Okay, completely rockets. Actually, from right there. It's from right there. Okay. So when I was looking at this, it was right here, 20%. But as we see, it's going to keep going. I think it's going well past that 20% mark. I think we're actually going to get above $8. But in the short term target here is $7 for tomorrow. If we hit it, I'm out. But I'll tell you, I do think this thing is going a lot higher. I think that's what the weekly chart is suggesting. I'm going to go over that in a sec here. Okay. Over here, what happened? From that high, the following session, 24%. Oh, that's crazy, okay? Oh, what happened from this 4-hour high when you got overbought, for the first time you got overbought, from that 4-hour high, what happens the next session, okay? It says 3 days there. That's because this was a Friday and that was the Monday, all right? But you went almost 30%. So I'm just pointing out, this thing just got a big breakout going today, all right? And that's what happened the last 4 times the 4-hour RSI got overbought. Is you kept going in the short term. You kept going at least at 20%. Do I think it's just going to have 20% and then fade? No, it can happen. All right. But I'm telling you, fresh breakout here. If you see this thing pull back tomorrow, I'm a buyer. All right. I'm a buyer. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This thing is going to be going higher. All right. That is what it's looking like. Okay. Fresh breakout, weekly chart. This is your base. You are breaking out of said base. You rejected here 2 weeks in a row. You actually rejected. You have 1, 2, 3 rejections. And now you're getting above it. Oh, snap. Let's see if we get the weekly close above 587. All right. And that's looking real good for early next week or tomorrow. All right. I'm just saying, I don't know. You know, either way, after these big days, we're looking for continuation. That's all I'm getting at. Okay. That's open. All right. A-Lab. I've been talking about this one, and I think it's about to get ready to go. Or I think it is getting ready and about to go. Yes, those are the correct words there, okay? This is looking real pretty. There's nothing much I really have to say about this one. You got a fresh breakout to new all-time highs. You have this power earnings gap kind of play here. A whole month. 30 days, a whole month here. You've been consolidating above the daily 21 EMA. You found buyers off it twice. You're in this tight pennant here. I think this thing is about to start breaking up. That's what it looks like over here on the 4-hour. But yeah, weekly chart, guys, we could clearly see you got a whole month, 4 weeks of consolidation here. I don't know if they're going to continue the consolidation. They're going to break it up, but it looks like on the daily time frame, the 4-hour there, it looks like it's going to be breaking up in the short term. And I have to assume we are going to be starting the next leg up. All right. So A-Lab, put it on your radar. It's moving. All right. People ain't going to like me for this one, but I got you. Netflix. Okay. I know, crazy stuff, but I do think we're going to be at $1,300 by next week. I think maybe 1340 is incoming, new all-time highs by next week. The thing started breaking up. You got this, 3 to 4 week base going on here. All right. You bounce off the 21 EMA. It's pretty safe to assume we're not doing that and coming back down to lows. It still looks like it's about to explode. I think it's about to explode. And that is that. Okay. Weekly chart looks absolutely ready to rip. All right, further upside is expected next week. And then the daily chart, we can see just now I got this breakout above 1251.16 today, guys. If you see a pullback tomorrow, it's very likely going to be bought. I'm not sure if we're in one of these modes, but I think we are, where you're going to be seeing these vertical moves here. And we have a chance, again, these 4 to 5% days here on Netflix. And that brings us back up to the highs really quick, okay? And even if we're not getting those quick impulsive moves, 4 to 5% there, when this thing wants to run, all right, it does typically get at least a few days of just, you know, straight upside there, okay? That is like when it breaks out of these consolidations, that's what it likes to do. I'm telling you right now, it just broke out of consolidation. It's probably going to be doing that. And hey, all right, I'm not saying it's going to be like this one over here, but that was 6% in like 6 sessions. Yeah, all-time highs, okay? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions. There you go. That's Netflix. RKT. All right, I think I pointed this one out off the daily, not the daily 9, the weekly 9 EMA over here. That I think someone in the Discord honestly asked about it. But RKT, guys, it's looking like it's finally getting ready for that big breakout here. It hasn't happened, but this has been waiting on this move for a month and a half now. This is going to create a big move. All right, this is going to create an explosive move for a few sessions. Put it on your radar. It's getting ready to explode. RKT, TEM, I told you about it into end of week. I told you into end of week, we're going to see if this thing could get above 81.73. And if it does, I think it's going to have a big day and we take out 85.28 the same session. I'm not sure if it's going to be doing that. Okay, exactly that. Like we talked about ahead of time in the weekly update, but I will point out what I'm thinking, okay? Weekly candles green right now. As long as they close you out with a green candle, I do think you are going to continue higher the following week. I think you are going to at least sweep this high at 85.28. If not, take it out and head up to 91.45 and then start that move to $100. I think it's possible. I think it's probable. But is it a guarantee? No, because this is TM over here and this thing likes to have a whole bunch of crap. You see how this ticker trades. So just realize, if you're going to be trading this ticker, you're either here for it, all right, you're here for the swing, you're hodling, all right, or you're going to be a short-term trader and you're going to try and take your money out of these moves. I'm just pointing out a lot of these days they have pullbacks. It's a very choppy, it's volatile chop. Okay, that's how it likes to move. But yeah, if you can get this move tomorrow and you do see this thing get above 81.73, I know it would already be up almost 5% at that point. I understand, but if it does do that, it probably at least gets up here. That's a 9% move. And I'm telling you, most of these days where you get around 10%, you take it out and all of a sudden you're up here 86, 87 bucks. Okay. And there's that. It's a bit of a riskier trade idea here. Just realize that is the case. That's like this day over here. We took out this high. We took it straight up to here. All right, good trade, but it only lasted a day. That could be just like over here. I'm just pointing out, I don't know if this thing is going to full on, actually start this base breakout move. If it does, TM is going to like 140, 150 bucks over the next, few months. That's that. I don't know if it's starting to move. I don't. But at a minimum here, you take out 81.73. I think 85.28 gets tested. There's that in the short term. Probably the same day. That's my plan. There's TM, but definitely setting up over there for a big move. Oxy, I told you to watch for this, the pullback to the daily 21 EMA. I thought it would happen from higher prices. It did not. All right. But yeah, it is. You got a hammer candlestick today. You tested that 21 EMA today. You also tested where you broke out from over there, whether you want to draw it here, whether you want to draw it here. You tested both of those breakout levels. I think this thing's probably about to start heading back up to the highs. All right, that is Oxy. It also can just start building something out. And if it does happen like this, then, 2 weeks down the line, I'll also put it on your radar. We'll see how it goes. I pointed out my favorite ones at the beginning of this, just so you guys know. I will personally not be trading Oxy. There are a lot better setups right now and a lot, the things that have a lot cleaner price action that you could be focused on. But that's Oxy. Next one is Reddit, guys. Reddit is going back up to all-time highs. I think, honestly, there's a shot this does it tomorrow. I know it's crazy stuff, but if you do get above 239.37 tomorrow, I think you get 5 to 10 points above that. I really do. That's how this thing is looking to me. It's finally moving over here on the 4 hour. It looks really good over here. 4 hour RSI is not overbought, so we didn't start that next move yet. Just so you guys know, we didn't start it yet. When it goes, the 4 hour RSI gets overbought. That's when you get your impulsive moves here. That's just how this has gone. Right now, Oh, open. Oh, make my day before the day opens tomorrow. Oh, no, I'm kidding. But I am serious though. $7 an open, probably tomorrow. My personal opinion. Let's freaking run it, baby. Let's freaking run it. But coming back over here, Reddit guys started breaking out above 230.41. Got the daily close above today. All right. Yesterday you swept it and you closed underneath it. Today you're getting the daily close above our key level there. That's your previous all-time high. It's telling us it wants to start pushing back to all-time highs. Weekly chart is looking pretty phenomenal, and I'll tell you right now, all right, a lot of these times, all right, it likes to get a little gap down, all right, to start off the week. If this thing closes out the week strong, you close out up here, you get a gap down starting next week, it's viable, all right, because it's going higher. It's clear as day. It has a date with all-time highs. It doesn't know when the date is, but hey, it knows, hey, that's where I'm going. That is where it's going. If you see the opportunity presented, you take it. Maybe early next week. Maybe you want to try out 0 DTs tomorrow. Maybe you want to play 919 calls, 250C and get your clean 100% gain by the time you get up to 253.14. Who knows? All right. I got you with the ideas. Whatever your vehicle you want to trade that with, that is up to you. I will also share how I am trading these things. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. All right. UNH. Broke out this little pennant the other day, and now you've just been consolidating over here on the weekly. It looks like this thing is probably about to go. All right. It looks like, yeah, this thing wants to be making a move. Weekly and daily are suggesting that. Daily chart is suggesting it could be tomorrow. If you break above 312.89, the move up to 318.80 likely comes quick. And above there, you have 320 and then 326.55. And then above there, 342. But yeah, I do think a move is in the works over here. We just got to be patient and wait for this thing to actually start breaking out. Shop. I talked about this the other day. It's right on the weekly 9. It's on the daily 21 EMA. It's been basing out right along it for, the past 2 weeks now. This is going to move back up to the highs. This had increasing volume on its breakout above 144.20 today. I think it's likely about to start grinding back towards the high. I cannot tell you exactly how this ticker is going to be moving because sometimes it likes to have these impulsive moves. Sometimes it likes to grind. I really have absolutely no idea how it's going to move. What I will tell you is once we do end up seeing this move, once you get the first initial impulsive move, all right, maybe it takes out the highs. Who knows? That first test of the 21 EMA, buy it. No financial advice, but that is how this ticker trades. All right, we're going to be looking for it. All right, we're going to be looking for the mean reversion after the initial move starts. Not sure, really not sure how exactly it's going to be trading, but I will point out right now, it's starting to move back to highs, 156.85 here today. All right, so put it on your radar. GS, breakout likely coming above 753.33 tomorrow. You barely moved on this one, which tells me this next one is likely going to be a bit more. All right, on this one in the short term, you got 12 points. Okay, this one you didn't get anything. You got 4 points. I have to assume you're probably going to be getting the larger move going on here, considering, I mean, you barely got a move here. You barely got a move here. You didn't get a move here. All right, so I'm going to be looking for that 12 points here. Guess where that brings you to, guys. All right. Oh, you know it. Almost up to 770. Okay, I know. I talked about crazy stuff yesterday. I think it might be happening. I think it is. All right. And there you go. All right, guys, that's what I have for you guys today. Just to sum up everything, we're going higher. All right. You are sufficiently loaded with setups here that are looking like they're going to be making their moves starting tomorrow into next week. You know how to make your money. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope some of you guys made a bag off AEO. I really do. I know some of you guys had to have thrown some stupid amounts of money on 10K and just came out with 100 grand. I don't know. All right, I told you guys I was too much of a pussy yesterday. I'll throw 2K on. I don't know about 10K, just on zero here or there. We'll see about it. But probably not moving forward. Let's just look at it this way. Earnings is like I was saying earlier, guys. Most of them, they will kill your premium. So that's just how they trade. You will see over time. I know some big wins like that happen off earnings, but in reality, we're talking 8 out of 10 will just completely burn premiums on both sides, puts and calls. And that's how earnings goes. That's, genuinely, that is how they normally go. So I know big money was had. Okay, I understand. Don't get too ahead of yourself. I'll be that voice in your head reminding me. Don't get too ahead of yourself. It's not a normal thing. But I will gladly point out the setups when they present themselves. With that being said, guys, if you want to come trade with me, that link will be down below. Just remember to use code AEO at checkout for that 50% off. And other than that, guys, please just remember to leave a like on this video. I put time and effort into these videos, and I hope you guys are killing it. And yeah, appreciate you guys. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.